RFK Jr. and the Saturated Fat Delusion, Big Food's New Poster Boy. Op-ed by AZLAN ADNAN, MA. Tuesday, 18th of November, 2025. RFK Jr. has finally done it. He has discovered a brilliant 2-for-1 strategy to end American global dominance and thin out the U.S. population within a single generation by cheerleading saturated fats as if they're the new superfood. The standard American diet already leaves millions sick, inflamed, diabetic, and half dead. Removing the last remaining guardrail? That will finish the job nicely. A shot in the foot for MAGA. He claims the science doesn't support limiting saturated fats. Of course he does. Cherry-picking single studies while ignoring decades of epidemiology is practically a national sport in America. Nutrition science is complicated, yes. But the broader scientific landscape still makes one thing painfully clear. High saturated fat intake is not your friend, unless you're trying to fast-track your cardiologist's retirement plan. Big Food naturally is ecstatic. Every greasy fast food conglomerate, every processed meat empire, every dairy giant stuffing supermarket shelves with hyper-profitable sludge is cheering him on. They don't even have to pay for this PR campaign. He's doing it for free. The irony is exquisite. RFK Jr., the man who claims to fight corporate corruption, is now the loudest megaphone for the very industries that profit from sickness, obesity, and lifelong pharmaceutical dependence. The public health implications are no joke. If the dietary guidelines relax, Americans won't suddenly adopt a balanced Mediterranean-style diet rich in olives and thoughtful moderation. They'll just eat more ultra-processed, high-fat frankenfoods because they're cheap, convenient, and marketed with military-grade psychological precision. This isn't a theoretical risk. It's a predictable disaster. More heart disease, more metabolic dysfunction, more overwhelmed hospitals, and more people convinced that freedom includes killing oneself slowly with a fork. And let's be clear, the science is unsettled does not mean help yourself to a tub of lard. RFK Jr. flattens nuance into nonsense, that turning scientific complexity into fuel for ideological posturing. Public health recommendations exist because imperfect knowledge must still guide real-world behavior, especially when the alternative is mass medical carnage. What should we be asking for instead? Guidelines built through transparent, publicly documented processes, not lobbying theatrics. Precision nutrition research that can tailor advice to physiology, not one-size-fits-all slogans. Public education that explains why dietary limits exist rather than undermining trust in all institutions. In the end, RFK Jr.'s saturated fat crusade isn't rebellious. It isn't brave. It isn't even particularly original. It is simply the latest chapter in America's long romance with bad science, packaged as personal liberty, a romance Big Food will happily monetize until the population collapses under its own preventable diseases. If RFK Jr. really wants to fight corrupt power, he should look at the companies benefiting from his rhetoric, because in this story, he isn't the revolutionary. He's the marketing department.
An invitation, International Day of Persons with Disabilities, Wednesday, 3rd December 2025, 1200 to 14:30 hours. Venue, MAB Canteen, Malaysian Association for the Blind, MAB Complex. Address, Jalan Tebing, off Jalan Tun Sambanthan, 4 Brickfields, 50470 Kuala Lumpur. To commemorate the International Day of Persons with Disabilities this year, I am hosting an informal roundtable luncheon to discuss universal design. Panelists will include my friends with various disabilities, including vision impairment, physical disability, and hearing impairment, as well as my architect and lawyer friends. This informal discussion on universal design will be of interest to architects, town planners, civil engineers, quantity surveyors, advocates for accessibility and inclusivity, persons with disabilities, PWD, as well as caregivers and students of architecture and design. For a totally immersive experience, all sighted persons will be blindfolded throughout the event. Lunch will consist of a whole food, plant-based WFPB menu curated by me. This event is also open to members of the public. Attendance is by donation for able-bodied and sighted persons. Hopefully, your contribution will cover the cost of your lunch, as well as that of a PWD. Seating is limited, and at the moment there are 15 places left. To confirm your attendance, please make your voluntary contribution by scanning the QR code. If you're unable to attend but wish to support this event, feel free to make a small donation, not more than 5% of your monthly income. Any excess funds will go towards ongoing treatments to restore my vision. We will have a fruitful and meaningful discussion that will raise awareness of the need for universal design for PWD. Universal design. For background information on universal design, I have made several videos. Links are in the video description below. AZLAN ADNAN MA, VIP founder, Green Party of Malaysia.
International Day of Persons with Disabilities, Wednesday, 3rd of December 2025. Every year, 3rd of December is officially recognized by the United Nations as the International Day of Persons with Disabilities. It has been observed globally since its proclamation in 1992 under UN General Assembly Resolution 4730. The day promotes understanding of disability issues, supports the dignity, rights, and well-being of persons with disabilities, and raises awareness of the importance of inclusion in all spheres of life: political, social, economic, and cultural.
forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to show your support.